Perfect. So we'll be using, we'll be discussing about how to automate trading system or trading account, but we'll be using GFTava as a case study because a lot of us are using them and using AvaTrade as well. So after it, those of us that want to join the system, we can call for you to guys to come up, we'll help you and connect you. And those of you that are already in the system, you will learn more on how to make it much better work for you. Our own is to guide you to make sure that you have a better trading experience in both sides. Those of you that are also using manual trade, if you like to at least have at least one automated account, you can also welcome. Last night we discussed another thing, how to develop a trading plan. These are very important system. I don't know whether if you that miss it have gone to record to watch it. I think it was very, very insightful, especially on the area of managing equity and leverage and no managing capital and equity. Yeah, so because that's some of the things that many traders are not aware of. We also discuss about the concept of investment you should adapt to. Diversification and value growth is the best than capital growth when it comes to trading or investing or anything investment. Value growth is far better than capital growth, unless if you're dealing on fixed income market. That's when you talk about capital growth. Then, because technically value growth can still end up becoming capital growth. But if you put it in your mind that it must be capital growth, you miss potential opportunity that could give you a lot of profit. So we also discussed how you can maximize the use of hedging. This hedging is very important. Some of you are ignoring it, which is fine because it's new to you, but I will encourage you to try it. Hedging will help you never to lose capital. That's the truth. That's the most important thing. And also help you to make more money too, because if gold is going up, you make more money. So some of you that have big money, let us have a deal. Tell us, I have this amount of money to put in. Can you give me a model? I'll help you create a model how that money can run. And if it doesn't work perfectly according to how we plan it, you'll be cashing out without stress. Business is not built by speculation. Business is built by a proper business plan. Do you understand? So we discussed that one with you as well. If you're speculating a business, you can never get the best of that business because people will say, let me start to 1,000 first. If you go up, I put 2,000. If you go up again, I put 3,000. That you're speculating. You can never get the best of it. Rather, you will just be like speculating. You need to have a plan to execute any business model successfully. Now, one of them now is that you will define your goal with GFTava. Let's say GFTava is the automated platform or AvaTrade. So you need to define exactly what you are looking for. Let me use you pay me for as a case study. I don't know how much you have with them. Let's assume you have $1,000 with them. So you defined the goal. That goal has to do with target, what you want to be achieving with them. Do you understand? And also the type of risk that you can bear with them. Now, that goal is not something you defined by yourself ideally. You have to communicate it to them. Do you understand? So you have to communicate that goal with them. Like you need to speak to them, or you can speak to Alan. Alan is second vice president of AvaTrade. I think she has been in a couple of our presentations. If you check our YouTube video, you see a lot of them, a lot of the presentations he has been to. But something happened. We are not inviting him of this year, but he can still come and present to all of us. So decide if you want a steady passive income or a long-term projections. Now, many people miss it here. Some people will come into automation, they want it fast. But let me tell you something. If you want to make money in automations, that make sure your definition of goal is a low risk or highest medium risk, not maximum. I have a client that asked GFT that said GFTava should put his account on a high risk. I don't know, maybe it could be a big investor. I don't know. They put his account. If you see how that account is trading, like anytime he's having loss, he'll be shouting. Do you know why? Because high risk trading or high risk investment will definitely give you big losses or big profit. And you know that sometimes In most cases, any investment loss will always come first before profit. It's only on few cases that profit come faster in any investment. I don't know why it's like that, whether it's psychological. Most investment, maybe before they charge you commission, charge you anything, even if it's real estate, you can't start making profit from the first month because you have already invested some of the things that may not even give profit at the same time. But after a while, profit will now start coming in. It's a law in investing, and it's applicable in everything. So when you come to trading, um, technically, say you may even have had a loss before you come to that trading, because when you convert your money into dollar or into fund, that they may charge you. The bank card you use or the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency you use may charge you. On that note, you already having maybe minus figure, maybe minus 2%, 3% before that money get in there. When that money get in there and the trade is placed, broker charges commission as well immediately. So these are like why some of the investment you have to give it like a long time for you to come in or come out successfully. Then it's better you use a long-term approach in trading than when you use a short time. If you check most investment advisors will always say that for investment to be successful, one, you have to have a big capital, you have to have a long-term goal, you have to have a lower risk. These three things make any investment to be successful. Big capital, long-term goal, and a very low risk. Some people may not follow those rules. They may not have a very good success in any of their investment. Then, just as you said, you have to set up a realistic target. This target is complex. It's not something they can set for you. But I can be able to exercise something here that you can have an insight how much you can be making on a certain amount of money. Even if I forget, you guys should remind me. I don't know whether I should even do it now. So you need to have a certain amount of realistic goal that can align with the risk management you are using. Now, let me give you guys, for example, let me stop sharing and show you from my whiteboard. Now, do you know that trading is mathematical in nature? So your earning can be predictable. Do you know that? How many of you are aware that your earning in trading can be predictable? So now, let's say you have $5,000 account. I'm typing 50,000. For example, can you see my whiteboard? I have to be talking to at least one person that's in a quiet place. It will help me. Okay, perfect. And now, you know that this $5,000 account, let's say if you check on most of the trade, even the one we do manually, you see that average return on PIP is about 200 pips. Is in less cases maybe 100 pips. Have you discovered that? Average return on pips is about 200 pips. Someone wanted to say something. So now let's say this account is on 200 pips. That is the ideal risk, and it's using one lot, which is $1. I mean, one lot which it's using a volume that is giving $1 per movement. Let me use a dollar because some of you may not really understand how all this volume works. So this volume now represents $1. Now this $1 times 200 will give you $200 profit. And this thing can happen on a one single thread. That's why if you check your account or pay me, you may see that there is average rate of losses and average rate of profit. Unless on a serious bad market or good market that it can go more than that. If you check, even those of you that trade manually, there's always average profit and average losses that you receive. Now, this means that account of $5,000 can be giving you $200 per each closed deal that ended in profit. That should be average. So it means in a week, if two account closes on a profit times 2, so you'll be making about you'll be making about $400. Do you understand? So you're making about $400 from $5,000 account. And it is very, very possible. So that means in a week, it can be very possible for account of $500 to be giving you $400 profit. It can be possible in a week, which is about 4%. No, about 8% on yeah, 8% also. It's very, very possible. On a extremely low risk, it can give it to you like that in a month. Do you understand now? Some of you are busy. I don't know whether you're doing screenshot of this thing. So now, that is why I said that when you have so that's why I said I want to close this one. So that's why I said that have a realistic monthly return or like 5%, which align with your risk. Do you understand? But let me know, how many of you was aware before that $5,000 can give you about two or $400 per trade? Okay, then I say I know that, yeah, because of $5,000 can open an account with $1 per movement. An average return in most of this is 200. The least could be around 150. So if two trade closes in a week on 200 pips, that would be $400. So it's very possible. Now, that's what we mean by realistic monthly return. So if you make it on a long month, there's no way in a month a good trading system should not give you, at least it shouldn't gain up to 400 pips from it. Yeah. Do you understand now? I wish I'd be talking to somebody. So now, I'm sure you guys are responding to me. I know that one. Once I have a
Yes,
capital,
yes, we are listening. I'm listening. Just that I cannot talk much. I'm at work.
I know,
I'm listening.
It's not
We are
just you.
listening, sir.
So
We are
now,
listening, sir.
yeah, so the use of AI-driven and automated platform to execute trade with precision. Okay, option to hedge a portion. Now, another one you need to take into account is one, this last portion here, to hedge some of your position with gold. That's another way of maximizing automations. Another way. Now, GFTava is one of the best platforms that give you access to hedge. Some of the big brokers I know don't have that platform. They don't have it. They only have MT4. That's the truth. They are big, but they don't have it. Most of our clients are losing their money there to zero.
Christian,
So sometimes you need to get
Christian,
sometimes you need to get a system that align with your goal. So if you have an account of $10,000 or $5,000 or $20,000, big account, I encourage big account for hedging. Then you could, instead of putting all of them on leveraged product, which can give big profit, fine. But we're trying to understand the risk part of trading, not just by asking them to put stop loss. It can hedge. Hedging will eliminate you from losing your capital because you're not accessing the real good market from a regulated exchange or organized exchange. Why I say a regulated and organized exchange is because in some countries, gold trading is not regulated, but it is done through organized companies. Nigeria, gold is regulated, so you cannot carry gold around unless if you carry gold chain or gold wristwatch. But some countries in Europe is not regulated, but they have organized gold exchange. That's why I use the word through a regulated exchange or organized exchange. Like what I mean by that is that most gold dealers in Western countries only need to just register and follow the anti-money laundering policies and have the organization like belong to association or something like that. They have an exchange, they have good exchange, but it's not like the government have to license them because I don't know why it's like that. They make it easier for probably for the gold to come to the country. But we that owns the gold is restricted. You can't have it. Individual can have it. Only government can have it. So that's why gold in Nigeria can only be traded through a regulated exchange, such as Lagos Commodity and Futures Exchange, and maybe a Nigerian Commodity Exchange or another exchange that is authorized to trade on the precious metals. While in some countries in Europe, it cannot be done through organized channels, so they don't need license. Sometimes, traders may not know all these things. They may think that every trader must be, every exchange must be licensed. Not every exchange need license. Now, of course, some of us like to start small and grow, which is fine. Some of you have started with automation, and if it's doing well, there are sometimes you are losing money because of the capital you are using. Let's be honest. Yes, I'm not trying to ask you guys to make deposit because it's not allowed based on our ethics. We don't talk about deposit, but we can only tell you what is obtainable. You can decide to do it or not. So if you discover that the system is working and is doing well, then you can monitor the performance for a while and scale up your investment. Don't just stick to maybe that low level. Now, look at why it's like that. You need to make sure you be earning money that can be able to solve your problems. Yeah, not where you're wasting time and it cannot, what you're making, they can't even be up to your minimum wage. It does not make sense in any business. Depending on the country where you are. Let's say some of us, we have a lot of people from Canada and US. So now those people there may be paying a house rent of 1,000 plus in a month, like in dollars, not naira. They may be spending a lot of money in insurance and everything. So that kind of person need to be making at least for each single trade that closes on profits, need to be making at least $2,000. And it's possible to make it. You just have to ask which how, what kind of capital can I put that can give me this approximately amount of income. That is why I mentioned my previous slide, knowing exactly what you want, like having a realistic goal. That's the only way you can succeed. I know amount of money you can put in trading. I can tell you this is the estimated income you'll be receiving from this, and the risk. Look at the estimated risk. If it's okay by you, then if you follow it, you see that their trade will be performing similarly that way. In a situation where we make about 70% success rate, it means that you're making more money than losses, and that is business for you, and that's trading for you. So you can start small. When you see that the business is working well, then you can draw our paper and know the exact amount you want. Let's say you want to be making $10,000 if each deal, or you want to be buying a car for each deal, and you have the capacity. No, why not? Don't speculate on your trading. Let me put this one. If you go well, I put another one. If I'm happy, I put that. No, no. That's one of the major mistakes a lot of investors and traders usually make, and it does not end out well. A business can only succeed on a proper business plan. So another thing you will need to know to become successful in using automation is this thing now that Opeyemi said that you are doing it before you don't used to do it. So make sure you do it. Make sure you check your account, because since you're not the one making account, making sometimes you can forget. But make sure you check it maybe at least once a week. And the things you'll be checking, you can check about open trade. Then you can also check, because we're using GFTava, because they have good hedging. And that's why I added good performance. So if you are using MT5 or other platform that does not allow hedging, this good performance is not necessary. So if you are using hedging, also be checking that one. Try to know how your performances is doing on gold. But gold spot is not as volatile as gold CFD. But the gold spot control the CFD in at least maybe this one can be checking it once a month to see how it's been performing. And sometimes it may not necessarily check from the platform. You can also check from the gold market, because the price you see on the gold market, it should be the same price you're seeing on the GFTava platform, because the price you see there is coming from exchange. The difference could be maybe a markup, maybe $1 or $2 different, but it should be correlating. Do you understand? And some other things you will check on your open trade is what we discussed earlier now from you, PME. profit and loss histories. You check the histories, how it is performing. Now, those things is good. Both profit and loss is good. It helps to make informed decisions. Sometimes some of you will be making profit, then you go silent. You don't want to. In fact, you can just disappear, go on ghost mode without having. Without knowing that that's the time to start making a proper financial planning because you're making a revenue. Then anytime the market now went negative and lose money, that's when you just come out from nowhere, as if maybe just come back from traveling. Now, why you make when you check your profit and loss history, it can help you to make a quick informed decisions. For example, PM, you said that the initial time, that was the time you were having consistent loss. You spoke to the support team, they started doing something. Now that is because of you have already identified something and you raise alarm to it. Those things help. The same way, if you have your own AI and it's performing wrongly, check. It could be that it's glitching. It's not even doing what you want it to do, or how you set it up is no more working. What you have to do is to readjust it. If you're not a bot optimizer, you reach out to your bot guy, the person that built it for you. Please check this thing. It's not picking the thread the way I want it to pick. Then you can adjust it. I cannot demonstrate it here because I'm not a technical guy. I'm not selling the bot to you. Assuming I'm selling bot to you, I could have maybe open a bot environment and show you how to install it, how to monitor, how to change some things. Because of if you're using a personal bot or a personal AI, you have to configure it to the way you want. You cannot just keep it on default based on how it was developed. You have to configure it, adjust the stop loss, adjust the take profit, adjust the risk, adjust the capital that it will be trading, adjust the volume. But on a comprehensive automation like GFTava, they have already built their system to work in that aspect. So there's no need to do adjustment because it is built and hosted on web. It's a web base. I don't know if I'm making sense here. Then, yes, so another way you need to do, if you're using automation, is to make sure you stay in connection with support. Let me say something here. I don't know if anyone can hear me. Last time in London, that was one of the issues that was raised from the London Financial Summit, harmonizing the relationship between brokers and traders. You know that traders see brokers as their enemy. Yeah, they see them as competitor, and which is no good. Those things can contribute to your failure in trading. I don't know if you guys can hear me now. So if you have a broker, try to build a relationship with them. It helps. Don't be suspecting your broker. Don't be treating them as if they're not human being or they are or abusing. You know, we that came from part of Africa, we don't know that online bullying is enough. I mean, they take them serious the way you talk to them. If the support staff feel that maybe he or she is bullied, is violated online, they take those things serious. Sometimes they can even disclose maybe the mental health issue. They can take it serious. Some of these brokers, if you check their terms and conditions, it may also be there. They may treat you bad because of the way you bully them, the way you talk to them, the way you disrespect them, and everything. And they may be legally right. In case issue come out, they can print your chat history and say that you disrespected them. That is the same way. If you walk into those white man offices physical and talk to them, they can call police on you. That's how you can shatter them to call police. Yeah, they take it the same thing seriously online. So sometimes if you're dealing with a broker, be kind with your broker. Try to know them, try to build connection with them. There's no broker that is good, there's no broker that is bad. I used to tell people that this thing, any broker can be good, any broker can be bad, depending on how you build that relationship with them. Business is all about what you can negotiate. What you can negotiate. If you have a good relationship with a broker, it can contribute to your success. Do you understand? Not everybody wants your money. Even people that want your money too, it's also that relationship. Even Yahoo boys that doesn't know themselves build relationship with themselves, and they are doing well and trust each other to the point that they will do some illegal activity with somebody they meet online and trust the person too. They have not even come closer. How much more regulated companies or companies that are genuinely registered to operate? So don't be harsh on your broker or think that they are not human being because your account is with them. Whether you're doing manual automation, make sure you build a very good relationship with your broker. It helps. So you contact them, you can discuss a risk adjustment, you can discuss other marketing sites with them, try to know, you know what I mean? Those things can help very, very well. I know one broker that I was using before, because of the relationship I have with the company. Well, the manager promised me that I shouldn't bother, even though if their company is to go into bankruptcy, that she would tell me first to move my fund. She's a manager. She would tell me to move my fund. I shouldn't bother. Although the company is still working, so they didn't go into, we're just discussing randomly. Like she would tell me first, because of they will know if the company is doing well or not. They will tell you, Uche, you know what's happening. Tell your client, tell your boys to start withdrawing their money. It's as simple as that. So the relationship can help you to be having a good relationship with your broker can help you to succeed. Mm. Yeah, somebody said trading should be a team sport. Yeah, it should be a team sport. So it shouldn't be something you be thinking that somebody is against you or somebody is looking for your money. Then, of course, make sure you withdraw and also make sure you reinvest. Withdraw profit monthly or quarterly. Don't accumulate it, because on trading accounts, especially on automation, they don't have brain, they don't reason, they don't know whether you need money or not. They can only just be trading. Yeah, they can only just be trading. And one thing about it is that it's not a savings account. Money can go up, it can come down. It can make profit at the end of the day. It can still trade, maybe end up losing the one that he has made, because it will always act on a certain law and a certain decision. So anytime the market law meets how it was programmed, even though we that does manually, we also work based on our strategy. In our mind, anytime those market meet our ID strategy, then we trade. So always make sure you have these two options in place. Withdrawal of profit, it can be doing monthly or weekly or quarterly. Then you can also plan to reinvest, or you can compound your returns, which may not be necessary to compound. Rather, I suggest you mop some of your money, keep them in a reserve wallet in case you want to increase your portfolio. Trading is easy. You can make profit in trading if everything is properly spelled out. It can make a good amount of return per month. Like I said, according to how much you have. Don't speculate. Be precise in your trading. For example, you have a account of $200. You may be precise now around $30 profit, maybe per week or per month, which is okay. And so that the account will be run on that frequency. So at the end of the day, let's say you have about 15 trade, and out of that 15 trade, 10 gain. You do that, you have average of $30 times 10. It's mathematical. Then the other one that lose may not be losing up to $30. It can be maybe losing $15 or $12. So it can have maybe average of $12 times maybe 5, 15 trade. So you see that the one you have gained here now is bigger. And this can only be work on automation. Manually, it's difficult. It's easier to say it, but it's easier to say it now, but they can only work on automation. When you have programmed it, then it work that way. If you put it manually, it's difficult for our brain to always capture those moments. And that's one of the benefits of automations. Now, so with GFTava automation platform, trading becomes simple, risk managed, and transparent. Let the system work for you. Okay. So concerning the onboarding, so you can choose to onboard via AvaTrade. GFTava is in partnership with AvaTrade. In fact, they are one of the AvaTrade approved executional brokers and account managers. Is there. You can confirm from them. They have a dedicated MT5 you can connect to. And AvaTrade is highly regulated. It means if you are an AvaTrade client, you can connect to them. You can also hedge with them anyway, but majority of our students are using them directly. And I thank you for that. Before, we are pushing only AvaTrade, but since we started pushing these people, we have more success rate. So it's all about what people want and what they want to go for. So trading is executed through the popular, if you're using AvaTrade, and all trades are monitored by automated system once account is compared. Then AvaTrade act as a third-party broker, while GFTava also provide trading technology. So that is how it works. If you have listened to AvaTrade presentation on GFTava, they say it regularly. So you can be able to use these two parties interchangeably the way you want. Do you understand? I think this is where my note ends. and we have spent exactly 45 minutes. So let me know if you have a question. We can be able to ask now, and any of you that want to get on board, you can drop your message, your WhatsApp, and your number. We can be able to contact you and get you on board. Any question?